so it's time to finally go ahead and take these out of this scar box and put them in that mega base enclosure. Today makes 10 days I've been breaking these bad boys in, and let me tell you, they sound amazing in this Scardio box, and it's not even enough size for them. They sounded better each and every day. The sound got better and better and better. These are very, very stiff. A very stiff cone and dust cap. I mean, this thing is hard, rock solid, man. But it's a lot loose, a lot more loose than when I got them, and it's still very stiff. So I'm imagining that I'm gonna get a lot of great output in that mega base enclosure over there. This Scardio box, it did well. Even with the box oriented subs up and port up, still sounded amazing. Now I ended up laying this box flat against the hatch. It's very close to the hatch, by the way. And it didn't sound great. I had to flip the box back up and the bass notes were sounding pretty good. So it's about time now. I think I've done my little due diligence with breaking them in, and plus I need to put the rest of everything I took out to lay my Dynamat down. I still haven't put that stuff back in yet, so it is about time to get all of that done. And it's a big pile of crap over here, as you can see. So I have to put all of that back in and switch the subs to the mega base enclosure. All right, let's get it done. All right, finally got everything back in here. Took a little minute, but it is done. Now it's time to put the box over here and get the subs in. All right. All right, so let's take a look at the recommended ported enclosure, which is what I have. So for two, you're gonna be looking at 4 cubic feet of space for everyday bass performer, and for a competition bass performer, you're gonna be looking at 3 cubes or 6 cubes. This box I have here is a 5 cubic foot box, and so factoring displacement, I'm gonna be giving each woofer 2.3 cube feet of space per chamber. So I should get some very good output, I believe, for the audio pipes based on the recommendations. So let's flip this over and take a look at the specs or the TS parameters. For the FS, that's going to be a 33. For the, well, let's go ahead and go down to stuff that matters. So the VAS is going to be 40. So you're going to need a pretty good box, big size box for these subs, and this should do it. The SPL 86, BL motor strength or motor force is going to be 47. It's a lot more than the American basses. Let's go down. The frequency response on the sub is from 25 to 1200. Not sure why you would need woofers to play mid-range frequencies. The voice cord diameter is going to be 3 inches, and the height is going to be 4 1/4. The voice cord is layered 4 times. And the excursion on here is 20.5. The max excursion is 50 mm. The magnet weight is 310. And the weight of the sub is about 41 pounds. And the magnets here, so 310 ounces. So that's about 20 pounds. And the power rating is 1200 watts and max is 2400. I think that's about it. I'm still learning the TS parameters, so that's why I wrote, some notes over here. So eventually I'll do a video too, going over all the TS parameters as I understand them. But for right now, yeah, that's it. Let's take a look at the sub itself. All right, so that's the woofer. mega foam surround, very high roll. Dust cap and the cone is gonna be carbon fiber, just different colors. Red, AP in the center, their logo. Black double stitch to the cone. If you go down, you have some venting. Think about this basket is a basket like I've never seen before. This is very unique. Look at the magnets. You have 5. They're not covered by a boot or anything. Let's take a look at the bottom. Some more venting on the bottom. Red lettering. Very tall subwoofer, about 10 inches. Voice coil. We pretty much went over the spec. Let's take a look at the voice coil. All right, and under the mega foam surround, it is red underneath, which matched the lettering on the bottom of the magnet plate. Okay, so I was confused a bit when I first got these woofers as far as when it came to the wiring, but I easily figured it out. It wasn't a problem. So on this side of the voice coil, you're gonna have your positive, and then you're gonna have one positive on the other side. And also with this one, you're gonna have a negative that runs to the other side of the voice coil. And in the middle, you're gonna have your box speaker wires are gonna go in the middle. So that allows you to run one single wire to each speaker terminal versus trying to put those wires together and shove it in the hole. And sometimes this doesn't always fit. Now this is 12 gauge OFC that I'm using for these, and that there is 10 gauge. So yeah, you have one slot over here on your speaker terminals that runs to this side, which has 2, but you're still only running it to 1, right? And then you're gonna run your 2 box speaker wires in the center, and that makes it very easy when it comes to the wiring. Very easy to figure out, very unique, very different. So I really appreciate that. I was wondering that before I got these subs, but not a bad deal, man. Makes it very convenient. So I definitely like that. I think that's about it for this woofer. Very unique basket. Never seen one like this. Tinselese is pretty much stitched to the spider. I think this only comes with 1 spider. The user manual really doesn't specify. It doesn't talk about the foam surround or the tinselese. So I think you got to look that information up elsewhere. I haven't spent the time to do that yet. The speaker is very tall. It's 10 inches. And I can't believe the displacement is only 0.2. So, yep, this is it overall. Let me get this thing in the box and wired up. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my BD2500, because I had it on top of this box because it's a flat surface, but this one is not. The subs is up and the port is going to be back. So I'm probably gonna have to put that amp on the back of this box. So I'm probably gonna have to do that first because I don't have anywhere else to put it. There's no place else to put the amp. Overall, beautiful sub. Sounds amazing so far, and I cannot wait to get them in this enclosure. All right, it is now morning. Been working on this all night. I finally finished the setup. I had to reorder some wires in order to get this task done, but those are the subs. I got the BD2500 attached to it. I had to move this battery, have to find some way to move this battery out the way because I do want to utilize my back seat. So that required me to take some wires that I had off of here on the positive and negative post and move them to that side. And I also removed one of my ground wires. So that's why you probably see this amp ran over to that bus bar. And so, yeah, it doesn't look pretty. I'll extend it to where it kind of hangs down so it's not in the way and going across like that. But that's it for now. And I'm ready to hear how the pipes sound. All right.
3 days later.
36 hertz. So kind of low. Got a 146 at 36 hertz. Not bad. Not bad.
It's loud. It ain't loud enough though. Hey, so I hope you guys really enjoyed that video and also having a good Labor Day. I put these speakers to the test and they passed. Now, would I choose these audio pipes over the American basses? No, not at all. The sound quality is a lot better and the speakers are actually louder from a distance. I think what's holding these speakers back is the box. For some strange reason, they sounded better in the Scar Audio box and with less space, less airspace. So I don't know what's going on with that Scar box, but every sub that I put in that box almost sound amazing if it's a quality sub. Going to be the box is what's holding these speakers back. It kind of sounds a little bit muffled, but they still sound great. They're definitely loud. My ears are still hurting now, and I haven't heard them in about a couple of hours, and so my ears are still ringing. They are loud. They get low. They definitely get low, but from a distance, you can't hear them like you can the American basses, the T1s, the CT Stratos. It's almost like the sound is compact in one area. Even when I open the door, yes, the sound comes out. There's a little bit of wind, but it's not much. The sound is pretty much condensed into one spot in one place inside the cabin of the Jeep. And so not only do we want to be loud in the inside, we also want to be loud on the outside. How far can you hear me from a distance? Overall, I think it's a beefy sub, great looking sub, sounds amazing, sounds decent, pretty decent. I wouldn't choose them over the American basses though, but I think that has something to do with the enclosure. It seems like these speakers are built more for SPL and the American basses are built more for sound quality, and I am chasing sound quality. The numbers were pretty much the same. As far as like the cabin pressure, I hit a 146.2. and that's pretty much similar to the American basses. So they're loud, no doubt, but I'm not getting that feeling like I get with the American basses. So I'm just gonna go with the American basses. Do I recommend these subs? Of course. They look amazing, they sound amazing. You just have to have a big enough enclosure for them. For a competition bass player, you're looking at 3 cubic feet of space per sub, so that is extremely large. Usually 15s require that amount of space, so for a 12 to require that amount of space to get down, that is a lot of room that you need for let's say if you want to run 4 of these subs, you're going to need a lot of room. All right, gentlemen, that was the review. If you got these speakers, let us know how you like them, what box size you have them in, how you oriented the port, and do you get some good sound from it. I gave you my review. Now it's time to hear from you. Drop the comments, the likes, and subscribe, and make sure you share the video. I'll see you in the next one.